traffic in New York City making its way back and forth between Manhattan and the borough of Brooklyn. Our setting tonight. Good Friday night to you, sports fans. You've come to the right place. It's the Cavaliers. They've got Colin Sexton. Porter is out there with Kevin Love. And there's Stith. And it's Drummond in at the 5 down low. And for the Nets, Irving is out there with Tim Hardaway Jr. Then there's Allen. Then it's Jr. And it's KD in at the small forward. Well, the outcome tonight, Greg, could come down to the big men up front.
You know, versatility will be key. The front court that can be physical but also pass it, stretch the floor will likely be the victor.
Kevin Love getting comfortable on the inside on that possession. He's got the size and touch to be effective around that arc.
KD against Porter. To the middle. That one falls.
Well, you talk about a team turning around from getting the #1 pick in the draft and trading it, yet still this team is a serious title contender.
It's been a roller coaster with the Cobb trade, certainly, but this team, Greg, looks dangerous with Junior playing a huge role. He gets a chance now to catch up with the 4th member of our crew, Hall of Famer David Aldridge.
Well, I had a chance to talk with head coach J.B. Bickerstaff. It sounds like they, like everyone else, will try to prevent Kyrie Irving from getting into the lane. Coach told me Kyrie's a very good outside shooter. Where he really breaks you down is with the dribble drives. You have to put bodies between him and the basket. Evan, it's a tall order for defenders to stay in front of him. Back to you.
All right, David, thanks. About a minute and a half through the first quarter. They've been struggling here on offense.
Yeah, a bit of a dry spell for sure.
Allen against Love. And oh boy, a lot of contact there, but he gets the call and will shoot 2. It's on Jared Allen.
Love is not afraid to mix it up and get a little rough and tumble down there. When he's looking to shoot, he welcomes that contact.
And his whole career, Kevin Love, a fantastic passer at that position. Great vision for a big man.
You think about it, Greg, he's one of those players who you're kind of watching throughout the course of any game, and you're hoping for that kind of highlight. I mean, that's rarefied air. If it's not a dunk, but we're waiting for a Kevin Love outlet pass, that tells you it's special.
For Cleveland, they've gone 1 of 3 from the field to start this one so far. Stith against Irving. Love outside. Shot clock at 6. Cleveland needs to get a shot off here. And it's Stith missing.
A bit of a rut here early, just 1 of 4 so far.
High post Allen. Down low. And Junior with the basket on the assist by Allen. Duncan's got his 3rd basket of the night right there.
Every time they get scored on during this run, it's come from inside the paint.
To the paint, here's Porter. Nice defense from KD.
The defense ready for him on that possession. They had to be because he is so strong in the paint. And right now, they're just focused on putting together good possession.
That's exactly how they got the lead. They ended up having multiple possessions in a row with good quality shots, knocked them down, and the game is fully in their control.
Love outside. To the inside, Drummond. And nothing is falling for him right now. Last game for Brooklyn, they picked up the W against the Magic in Orlando. And 2 shots coming up at the line as he gets fouled on the shot. And Cleveland gets called for the foul.
Kyrie Irving, one of the quickest players in the game, so he's outstanding at forcing the issue when he wants on the drive.
So for the Nets, DeAndre Jordan's checked in for Jared Allen. Karis LeVert comes in for Kevin Durant. And Dinwiddie subbed in for Tim Hardaway Jr. And the Cavaliers will go with a different look here. Tristan Thompson, he's checked in for Drummond. Nance comes in for Kevin Love. Eddie Osman, he's checked in for Kevin Porter. And it's Garland in for Stith.
As a big, once you get positioned inside, it allows you to fight and come away with a lot of tough boards.
Out of bounds, Cleveland takes possession.
That's tough because that one's preventable. The defense has nothing to do at all with that turnover.
The Nets making a switch here. Harris is checked in. The Cavaliers trail by 11. Garland with it. Taking a look at his stats, he's averaging around 7.5 points a game. All going up court. And Junior throws it down.
Displaying intensity right off the opening tip, especially on the offensive end.
Yes.
And they just can't seem to get going offensively.
Yeah, they're like a 4-day-old soda right now, just flat. They're missing shots left and right and just not playing their best.
And Thompson kicks to Sexton. And Garland has it in the corner. Good on the shot.
Garland showing some awareness on the pick and roll, breaking down the defense on the pick and roll action.
Here's Duncan, and Duncan throws it down.
And they have owned the paint so far, and the score reflects it.
Yeah, the bully ball tonight has paid dividends, highly effective down there with the physical play.
And the pass to Garland. And Jordan sends it back.
If there's one end of the floor that DJ takes seriously, it's the defensive end, and he loves to get up and reject those shots.
And the story here, Kevin, early on is how well they've shot the basketball.
Passes it to Osman. And here's Thompson, guarded by Jordan. Thompson passes to Sexton. Cleveland moving the ball around. Nance with no one around. It's good from long range.
Nance Jr. wasting no time and good decision-making, helping out that possession.
Their play on both ends has been superb. We'll see if they can maintain the momentum.
Like tonight, that all the hustle plays have meant so much to this team. Now just sustain some of that energy and keep comfortable.
Sexton kicks to Garland. And Nance out atop the key. From outside, off the mark. It's LeVert on the wing. Here's Duncan. On the dunk by Duncan.
Well, on the offensive end, Junior willing to go down there and get dirty for an extra possession.
And so it's the Brooklyn Nets with a sizable lead as the quarter wraps up. They're ahead 16 points. And it's been their rugged defense. And glad to have you with us, folks. Second quarter of basketball. This game has not exactly been neck and neck, but plenty of time left in this one. And guys, the Nets enjoying a nice lead here.
Hey, why take jump shots when you can get your points at the rim?
Yeah, that worked wonders for them in the quarter. We'll see what kind of adjustments get made.
And so in the game for the Cavaliers, Osman outside at 3 with Nance down at the power forward spot. Porter is out there with Garland. And it's Thompson in at the pivot spot, manning the middle. And keep it.
And you know that's a highlight because look at the people still buzzing after that play from Junior.
Here's Osman, still looking for his first bucket in this one. The kick out to Porter. LeVert grabs the miss.
Nobody even close to him, and he can't believe he doesn't knock it down.
Luwawu, that's good. And it's LeVert with the assist. Luwawu's got his first 3 points of the game.
Well-rounded effort, and they show no signs of letting up.
Coaching staff probably most proud of the effort of this team on both ends of the floor here tonight.
Here's Porter. They can't stop the run with that one. Nets leading by 23. Junior with it, picked up by Thompson. Now Cleveland moving it up. There's Garland. The slam dunk by Garland.
That's pretty crazy. Garland at his size getting way up.
And the first timeout called of the game for...
Good look.
Well, it was probably a good...
Thompson, he's checked in for Andre Drummond. Nance comes in for Kevin Love. Cedi Osman, he's checked in for Porter. And it's Colin Sexton in for Garland.
Yeah, how many times do we see highlights like this? DeAndre Jordan loves bringing the hammer.
And here's Sexton. He had a 21-point outing in their last game against the Lakers.
I felt like in that game, too, he was a man on a mission defensively. Finishing up with 4 steals is an impressive feat. And you can tell, takes pride in that part of the game.
And they're really getting more points at the free throw line here in the second quarter.
First trip to the free throw line for him in this one.
One thing you know about Junior is while he's on the floor, he's going to play with his father in mind. He was a very good player, but Junior trying to honor his late father's legacy every time he laces him up.
They've been looking out of sync offensively.
Yeah, their offense has ground to a standstill.
Stith, the pass to Sexton. Shoots over LeVert. The shot by Sexton, no good.
Yeah, and they've shown effort and aggression in the paint, really right from the tip. Their rebounding edge right now, massive. They're doing a really good job of getting the ball inside and attacking the paint. That's an area they have completely dominated.
Now Sexton. 6 points for him. Looking to end the run. And so it's Brooklyn, finishing the quarter up by a whopping 24 points. From the field, they have been outstanding. From the first 2. So far, it has been a runaway. You look at Junior in this one, he's been everywhere.
Yeah, pretty much all throughout that first half. And he was taking care of his business on the low blocks and getting more than his fair share of dunks.
Yeah, there's not any guy defensively that was bodying him up or contesting the shot. So right now, he's feasting.
Third quarter action getting rolling right now, brought to you by Gatorade, all fueled up and ready to go. Here's who's on the floor. Setting the floor for the Nets. Durant is out there with Duncan. Then there's Tim Hardaway Jr. And there's Jared Allen. And it's Irving in at the point. How the passion in New York is a pro sports city, Greg, is unquestioned. Talk about the pros and cons, though, of being a player in New York.
You know, the opportunity personally and professionally is immense, no doubt about it, but so is the media scrutiny. It can be very intense, and the fanaticism does make it hard to live a normal existence, and I think the guys who embrace being in a city like New York are the ones that typically are able to perform at the highest level.
So you can either thrive because of it or wilt because of it, just kind of what your personal preference is.
You called it, partner, and I have seen it happen both ways.
Oh, I bet.
And Junior might feel like a senior right now. The confidence just growing.
Pass to Sexton. Elbow shot is on the way. And that one off the back of the rim and in. Sexton's got 4 points this quarter. High post Allen. A second chance effort, and it's sent back by Drummond.
A high motor keeps Drummond engaged defensively. He doesn't want to let any shots go in.
Pass to Stith. 6 to shoot. Played in with a nice touch off the glass. Stith's got his second bucket of the night.
They're playing working to perfection there if that was their plan. And if it wasn't, maybe that should be their plan. Guys, he can't miss. I swear, he was trying to miss that. He did not miss. That means he can't miss.
Sexton deciding where to go with it. Over Hardaway. Again, the Cavaliers score.
Maybe he's thinking at this point, man, somebody's got to help me. I can't do this all by myself. The Cavs really took a long look at Colin Sexton last year as a playmaker. And it seems like he's moving more and more into that role of being a microwave scorer.
Timeout called the Cavaliers. And Brent, the number
Offensive output. Feels like a lot of Lou Williams type of moments could be ahead for a player like Colin Sexton.
And Brooklyn making a change here. Luwawu's checked in. And Cleveland with a change here too. Garland's checked in. Outside Porter. And it's off from three-point range.
But only the first miss of the second half. They've come out here with authority.
Out of bounds, Cleveland takes possession. Jamal Crawford, he's checked in for Jared Allen. Then for the Cavaliers, Tristan Thompson, he's checked in for Drummond. Nance comes in for Kevin Love. And it's Jetty Osman in for Colin Sexton. Garland, the pass to Thompson. Duncan with the block.
Great awareness on the defensive end. Junior relishes any chance he gets to rise up and block it.
Porter passes to Thompson. And out of bounds as the Nets gain possession. Some changes for Brooklyn. DeAndre Jordan's checked in for Durant. And Dinwiddie subbed in for Irving. The Nets have gone 4 of 7 to get things started here in the second half. Nance against Duncan. Inside. And Duncan throws it down hard.
And I consider Junior to be a natural athlete. Really impressed with his ability to finish plays.
Second half here. We're just over 3.5 minutes into it. Osman kicks to Thompson. Now the pass to Garland. Shot clock at 5.
And all you got to do is look at the rebounding margin as to why they hold the lead.
Well, every time the shot goes up, guys are doing a nice job of finding bodies and making sure there's room to collect the rebound.
And this is his second trip to the line in the game.
And with an 86% free throw average, you can count on him to come through on most trips.
Joe Harris is checked in for the Nets. Karis LeVert comes in for Jamal Crawford. A switch here also for Cleveland. Exum, he's checked in for Kevin Porter. Back to Exum. Passes it to Osman. This one for 3. And it's Junior with the rebound. Junior's got double-digit rebounds now in the game. LeVert the pass to Junior. That shot, no good. And it's the Cavaliers taking it the other way. And stolen by Jordan. And Junior throws it down.
Excellent on both ends of that play.
Yeah, the steal was sharp, but the slam topped it off.
And we say it time and time again, so I'll repeat it. Have to be careful with the ball, or this is what happens.
Here's Osman. Shooting foul as the whistle blows. He'll shoot 2 free throws. This is his first trip to the line tonight.
And of course, we'd all like to see his percentage at the line improve, but he just does not have the touch right now. He's in the 60s.
Nets have gone 6 of 10 from the field in the third quarter. Duncan outside. Answer the ball out of bounds. Dinwiddie touched it last.
Now that's two teammates who need to reintroduce themselves to one another, not on the same page.
There's 53 seconds left here in the third quarter. And Nance kicks to Garland. The shot, no good. Great D that time from Duncan.
Maybe there are ways to contribute that don't involve shooting the basketball. That's the best way that maybe he can help them out in trying to win this game.
Well, if it ain't broke, don't fix it. They keep getting it in the paint and continue to score consistently.
He's gone 2 for 2 at the line so far. First one falls for him. Stith is checked in for Dante Exum. That's also good, so he hits both free throws. And it's Dinwiddie with the ball. Bringing it up now for Brooklyn. And Junior throws it down.
And really the story of this second half, one team getting the shots they want, the other not so much.
This team did something in halftime, going from a mild-mannered half-court executing team to some heroic shooting in the second half.
Here's Osman. Nance outside. Gets it to go from beyond the arc. Nance has got 6.
The jumper continues to look better. Larry Nance Jr. not bashful at taking shots that he feels he can make.
And so, guys, it's Junior making things happen for Brooklyn. He's approaching 40 points for him in the game.
Court vision.
Well, a great job with the eyes and what separates great playmakers, as we know.
To say, well, our era had the rivalries were more bitter. I disagree with that. I think guys are every bit as competitive today as they've ever been.
It's good to hear.
They just also have more exposure and opportunity to be around one another. Kids today growing up, they've been playing against each other since the 5th, 6th grade in national tournaments. When we played, we didn't get to see the other top players around the country. So I think that was one reason why you didn't have a closeness with guys that unless you were on the same team.
On the court for Cleveland, we've got Nance. Andre Drummond is out there with Kevin Love. Then there's Colin Sexton, and it's Stith in at the 1 spot. Irving finds Duncan. And foul on the shot, so he'll get a chance at the line. That one on Love. Greg, you know, we're seeing players take control of their free agent destiny. Do players get a bad rap for that and switching teams?
Listen, I don't know if you get a bad rap, but you're going to catch the wrath of the fan base. You think of Paul George in Indy or KD in OKC, and fans, they're going to feel jilted. There's no doubt about it. They're going to feel scorned.
Yeah, you could throw it just about anywhere for Larry Nance Jr., and then he'll know what to do with it. That's not going to make you a favorite target of your teammates. They'll think twice about feeding you if you're going to keep missing layups.
Stith, the pass to Love. It's stolen by Allen. Irving looking over the floor. Took him no time at all on that one. Irving's got 4 points this quarter.
Such a remarkable scorer. Kyrie has such a quick trigger. The D has no chance there.
Exum passes to Sexton. And that one is good.
Now he's put on a shooting display here in the second half. He really seems to be in a great groove right now.
For Brooklyn, they've got more than 58% of their attempts to go down for them in the fourth quarter. They're 7 of 12. Here's Irving. Here's Duncan. And there's the bucket. Staying with it on the offensive glass, getting it done. Junior's got 42 in the game. Cleveland's gotten off to an 0 for 2 start from downtown here in the fourth quarter. Stith kicks to Love. Over Junior. And it's Love missing.
His touch from mid-range, that's almost always good. That won't shake his confidence.
Duncan. Lost contact on the shot, and now a three-point play chance as he'll head to the line.
And you can only admire the grit that Junior plays with. He's not afraid of a little contact.
Here's what Brooklyn's going with right now. Taurean Prince comes in for Allen, and Garrett Temple subbed in for Irving. Greg, the NBA under Adam Silver has been aggressive looking for ways to enhance the product and attract fans. Where do you fall on that point? Push the envelope or don't rock the boat or maybe somewhere in between?
I think it might be somewhere in between. These days, people's attentions can be pulled in so many different directions. I think they're smart to not rest on their laurels and to continue to try to evolve. But with that evolution, sometimes it's not going to come over as well as they would like. But I'm a fan of some of the experiments, I should say, that we've tried thus far. And I hope the league continues to push the envelope.
That's a good thought.
And one team is just completely outclassing the other tonight. Spirited performance, and it really ignited what is turning out to be a monster win here for the Nets.
And this was one that never really was in doubt, I thought, an all-around dominant performance. And you kind of thought that maybe even going into the game.
Yeah, there was a sense of that, and man, they just pretty much blew them right out of the water. A clinic was put on display here today.
And now racking up there, I can't believe I'm saying it, 71st victory of the season. Wow. Not something that happens often. What a ride it's been for this team.
And in a 3-game season series, they take the first 2, and certainly they've had the edge in this matchup.
And you know, looking back at all the contributions tonight, it was a really phenomenal all-around game for Junior.
Just a force on the glass, did a fantastic job crashing the boards and coming up with seemingly every rebound.
And once they smelled blood in the water, you could see the killer instinct take over.
Yeah, up until that point, a competitive game, but once they broke through that barrier, it was all them. Complete control.
Kicks to Exum. Pass to Love. Here's Bowman. Yep, it's good.
Kevin Love, great recognition as to what was happening there. Saw the floor, saw the teammate, and saw the passing opportunity.
And so it's Brooklyn easily grabbing this one. It was a tale of two teams tonight, one that was in total control, operating flawlessly, and the other just searching for answers that they could never find.
I mean, the energy here is just so tremendous. Fans involved from the get-go, and once they started to really pour it on, it was fun to see that rhythm and flow from their perspective.
And that'll do it, folks. So for David Aldridge, Greg Anthony,